Nickelodeon begins the day with Dusty's Treehouse.
Hello everybody, my name is and today we'll be talking to some of the minds behind the influential children's show of the 80s, Dusty's Treehouse. Let's begin.
Howdy, I'm Carter Garrison. I'm the creator of Dusty's Treehouse.
Alright, Mr. Garrison, let's start from the beginning. What inspired you to create Dusty's Treehouse?
Well, you see, ever since I was a young boy, I'd always dreamed of conquering every known corner of the planet Earth. What's so funny?
So, Mr. Rife, what would you say your main inspiration for Dusty's iconic design was?
Well, when I was a child, I had this recurring nightmare. I was in a hallway, you see, and something was chasing me, but I couldn't see what was chasing me.
Okay, what does have to do with Dusty's design?
Well, you see, okay, I was chased down a hallway, and there's this creature, but I couldn't see what it was because I was a light sleeper.
Miss Blum, it's an honor to meet you. Your work in voice acting has really changed the world.
Yes. The thing is, I don't actually remember voicing Dusty.
What?
Well, you see, I got a call from my agent, and well, the gig paid well enough. I was only supposed to come on for one episode. Just one episode. But it was supposed to be a minor role, and I entered the recording booth, and I instantly lost consciousness.
Pardon? Your mind control phase.
Yes, my mind control phase. There's a lot of subliminal messaging in the first few seasons. I think my plan back then was to slowly brainwash the children of America and use them to infiltrate world governments. It didn't work, however, because the commercial breaks made it all but worthless. I got in a big fight about the producers of that one.
You do realize this will be shown on public television, right? Like, this is a confession.
Oh, don't worry about that. I have diplomatic immunity. We can get to that in a second.
You see, I was bullied quite frequently in school, and, well, that might be mostly to the fact that I was trying to put to paper the monster that haunted my nightmares every night in the depths of my unconscious mind. You see, I could never get the creature's face right, though, and I just couldn't get it right. It's just out of reach, you know? But then one night, Garrison called me up and asked for a design for his new show, and that's when it hit me. I could see it, clear as day. And I just drew it up and sent it to him.
I woke up in an alleyway behind the studio 3 days later. I went home and I tried to forget the whole experience. But I got an email from a fan. They were confused as to why I was voicing the main character on a children's TV show. I turned on the channel and I heard my voice coming from that thing. The show aired for 5 seasons, and every single episode, but it wasn't my voice. I never said those things. I tried to call the network, but they were confused. They had visited the studio, but I had always been there. They told me that I loved working on it. that I was smiling.
In season 2, I opted for a new strategy. I think it was about blackmailing world leaders by implementing subtle things into the show. But the political leaders didn't watch the show, and it was so subtle that no one else noticed. I put in a lot of work to get those secrets too. Some of my best work. In season 3, I opted for an even more daring strategy. Implanting demons into the show. Into everything and in the TV boxes, but they ultimately became claustrophobic. Did you guess that? But then, that gave me an inspiration. I'll imprison the world leaders in there. Then the demons became a change of heart. Then they freed them. All that wasted effort!
Again, Mr. Garrison, this will be airing on public television.
Once I managed to put Dusty's face down on paper, though, the nightmare stopped. I could finally sleep again. It was wonderful, but sometimes I feel like I did something wrong. Occasionally I get parents' concerned phone calls regarding the show. But so far I've learned to ignore these.
This season 5, we got real desperate. I contacted our god.
All right, thank you, Mr. Garrison, but that's all the time we have. Let's get out of here quickly.
Grab the equipment. Where'd the door go?